Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the cat stitch ground, which is shown in this pattern here. This is a pattern from the Ipswich Lace in Massachusetts book by Karen Thompson, but this cat stitch ground is found in a lot of Bucks Point patterns, particularly the old ones, and you get some prickings in the antique prickings that say for black, and very often you will see two different scale of ground within the pattern, and the larger scale will be this cat stitch. It is a ground that many people shy away from because it does have to be thought about a little more than the point ground. But once you get into it, it grows quickly, it fills a big space, and it's ideal for black lace because it does need to be a more open lace to actually show the design off. Now we have this row of pinholes, ground pinholes, and again they're worked on a diagonal as you do with the majority of bobbin lace. But you have vertical passives and you have diagonals. The pinholes are worked with the two diagonals. This diagonal is coming off the foot side, and the diagonal this side is coming from the right, following the line of the ground. You work a cloth stitch and twist and put the pin in. And those of you who used to work in Bucks Point will know not to cover pins, and this is another of the grounds that you don't cover the pin. Now when I was first taught this, I was taught to work the diagonal lines in very much the same way you do honeycomb, where you have a complete row and then a gappy row. But I've found since it works better and it's easier to do if you treat it a little bit more like some of the European laces, where you do stitches either side at the time. So I've worked the pin and I now work a cloth stitch and twist on the left and a cloth stitch and twist on the right. And these two stitches don't have pins. This enables this vertical passive to stay vertical, as you always want in this ground, and then you've got diagonally work through that passive to the next pinhole. You then work the pinhole, cloth stitch and twist, put the pin up, get it in the right place, split the threads like I just did there, and then work the cloth stitch and twist left and right. This means every time you can start the row, all of the pairs are in the right position and you can see the diagonal they're going in. And cloth stitch and twist. The pins only go under the diagonal threads, not on any stitch that has the vertical passive in it. And always check that you've got the right threads for all the stitches. If you work with a vertical thread, you can see it pulls the ground and then you have to undo it. There's just no way around that. Obviously if you've gone too far and you have to live with it then. Now on here it's just coming out of that. I'm going to leave that a little bit because I've got to work a little bit more of the pattern. So again, come back up to the highest pin on the ground. This one's now going out to a change of work foot side with an extra twist on the outside edge. And cloth stitch and twist back through. And you treat that passive as the vertical passive. And again, your pairs are all in the correct position for the cat stitch because I did that stitch straight after the pin. I think this is a much easier way, personally for me, I nearly cover the pin there, than actually working a gap row like you do in the honeycomb stitch, because it is very much like the honeycomb except you're doing it as a ground and you're not covering pins. As you can see, it does grow quite quickly and fills a lot of space. And each time I'm checking that I've got the right pair. But once you get into the swing of doing this, it becomes second nature. Just don't let your mind wander a little and then you end up covering the pin. So I hope that's helped you understand what happens with cat stitch. Just a quick video this week. If you've got anything else you'd particularly like to see me film, just drop me a message, let me know if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel to hear of new notifications of new videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, see you again soon.